The Financial Intelligence Unit, the Netherlands, contributes to the prevention and investigation of national and international crimes. In addition, it helps to identify trends and developments so that officials can respond appropriately. FIU the Netherlands is an operationally independent and autonomous entity that is managed by the police. The direct management lies with the head of FIU the Netherlands. Final responsibility lies with the Minister of Justice and Security. Under the Dutch Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing Act, various entities have a legal duty to report unusual transactions to FIU the Netherlands. This duty also covers transactions that have not yet taken place, intended transactions. FIU the Netherlands analyzes these transactions, in this way bringing to light money flows that may be related to money laundering, the financing of terrorism, and other forms of crime. Once a transaction has been declared suspicious, it is forwarded to law enforcement and intelligence agencies. Criminals make money by committing crimes. The criminal money may be used directly to buy luxury goods, such as vehicles, jewelry, or boats. Furthermore, criminals try to obscure the illegal origin of this money and give it an apparently legal status. For instance, by depositing the cash abroad and buying a house in the Netherlands via a company in a tax haven, or using a complex construction to move the money around the world to eventually collect it in a bank account somewhere abroad. The financing of terrorism may, for instance, involve cash withdrawals in risk countries or donations by funds transfer to particular foundations. Entities that are required to report unusual transactions to FIU the Netherlands include financial service providers, such as banks, life insurance companies, credit card companies, casinos, investment institutions, and investment companies. Exchange institutions, trust officers, lawyers, notaries, accountants, tax consultants, and dealers in high-value goods. The Dutch Ministry of Finance has drawn up guidelines specifying when an entity is required to report an unusual transaction. These so-called indicators differ for each sector of entities that has a duty to report. A distinction is made between objective and subjective indicators. An objective indicator requires the entity to report all transactions exceeding a certain threshold amount. A subjective indicator requires the reporting entity to report any transaction it suspects of involving money laundering, other crimes, or the financing of terrorism. All reports are received through the online reporting portal and end up in the secure database. A report contains information on the client, the type of transaction, the time and place, the amount, the origin, and the reason for reporting the transaction. The reason for reporting the transaction is particularly important with respect to its further investigation. The annual number of unusual transactions reported to FIU the Netherlands may vary considerably from one year to the next. FIU analysts investigate unusual transactions every day. They match data from external files with their own database, conduct advanced analyses of their own data, and deal with special requests from law enforcement agencies. They have access to a range of open and closed sources, such as police records, the Land Registry, and the Chamber of Commerce. In addition, they can request information from the Fiscal Information and Investigation Service, but also from partner organizations abroad, since FIU the Netherlands is part of a large international network of FIUs that exchange information with one another. After all, crime does not stop at national borders. More than 80% of the reports received relate to cross-border transactions. Every year, FIU the Netherlands designates tens of thousands of transactions suspicious. The combined value of these suspicious transactions runs into billions of euros. FIU the Netherlands provides its partners with valuable information. A report about the cash purchase of a luxury car may lead to the confiscation of the vehicle, for example, and suspicious money transfers to and from other countries may give a picture of the relationship within a criminal network, or may reveal the victims of fraud. So money leaves very interesting, irrefutable traces that reveal criminal money flows and the underlying criminal networks. A transfer, withdrawal, or deposit can be verified and proved beyond the shadow of a doubt, even in a courtroom. FIU the Netherlands, the power of financial intelligence.